Hey guys, I'm gonna make a super quick video, as quick as I can, going over all the new perk augments and all that, and obviously we have a new perk here. So quickly, with this perk here, essentially it's Wolf's Bite, I believe that was what it was back in Black Ops 4. Basically just summons, a wisp summoned after defeating a number of zombies, and moves around and kills them and all that. So we have augments here. I'm not going to go over all the augments. I'm just going to go over the augments that I think that you should be running. So for this one, I would say probably just, the demon does more damage just as your major. And now what's really important about all these changes is now you have an extra slot as like your final grand unlocking for all these perks. It's an extra minor. Ooh, doctor just and this is really powerful. This is extremely powerful. So obviously anything that increases lifespan and decreases cooldown, that's like your number one combo. That's your number one combo on 90% of these things. There's a very small amount of things that you don't want to do this, but if you see the combo of decreased cooldown and lifespan or an additional charge, that is usually your go-to. So that's what we're going to go to here, is increase the lifespan and cooldown. For Juggernog had some changes to it. So Turtle Shell actually got a buff. So damage on your back completely absorbs damage, and normal damage mitigation from the front. Now, this has potential to be really good now because, spoiler alert, death perception, whatever, has a new augment that decreases damage done to your back. So the DR from both of these might be really insane. But I'm going to be honest, I still think reactive armor is kind of just your go-to here. And then for minor augments, it's going to be increased armor durability, and incoming damage will occasionally be reduced. Those are pretty good options, and I only say that because hardened plates did get kind of a nerf here, but I mean, hardened plates is probably still your go-to. So if you want to run hardened plate, durable plate, that's probably also a really good go-to. Now moving over to Flopper. Flopper also did unfortunately receive a slight nerf with Slider, and Slider is the best major augment here, but we're still going to rock it for movement speed. So we're going to continue to become immune to environmental damage, and we're going to increase sliding distance and speed because that's what you should already be running with Slider, and now we're just going to become immune to environmental damage while sliding. Potentially wall jumps might be good. We'll just have to see how much we're wall jumping. I don't really see it being that great though, so probably just the immune and obviously the sliding distance. So moving over to Elemental Pop, Electric Cherry is on top as always, so we're still just rocking Electric Cherry. And I would say you have two choices here. Reduce all ammo mod cooldowns is what you should already probably be running, but then you should probably rock the increased enemy elemental weakness damage, which got a nerf, but I never really used it, and I've never heard of people really using it all that much. So honestly, it's just these two. But this has potential to be good. It just depends on how often like specials and elites show up on the new map. But this has the potential of being pretty good. But I feel like that you'd have to combo that with something that's not Electric Cherry. Electric Cherry and increased cooldown and elemental weakness. Melee Macchiato is getting some pretty nice buffs. So it's getting some damage buffs and all that. New one being the punches replaced. I'm going to be honest, I still think Espresso and Vampiric are probably your best options still. And again, with a lot of this, it's the minor augments that are really, really good. Especially now that we get two. So I'd say probably melee kills reload a portion of your held weapon is going to be good to rock. And probably stick and move, and we'll get to that in a second because there's a lot of movement that you might be able to stack, and it might be kind of crazy, but we'll get to that in a minute. Vulture is going to be even more insane than it already is. The new major augment where you pick up armor plates automatically and it applies to your vest. Nothing else. This is it. This is it. The field upgrade one was already just okay in my opinion. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great though. But this, we love that. And then we're going to do reach for further grabbing. And probably and we're just gonna keep with the extra salvage. This is just these top two. Double tap is going to still be its original double hits on the same target in quick succession, deal more damage. Now this every fourth bullet might be nice, but I just don't know. We don't know the damage numbers or anything, so I'm still going to stick with double impact for right now. And increased fire rate is what we're already using, so now we just have to find something else to apply to it, and it's going to be the new double down, where bullets have increased penetration damage through enemies. So just top one, bottom one. That's actually one of the times that a new one is being used for minor. Quick revive got some changes and buffs. So it used to be EMT was probably the best go-to. Now equivalent exchange definitely is. Listen, I'm going to be honest. Quick revive's really only good for faster health recovery. And you're not going down that much in these newer games. If you are, it's just like a weird wrong place, wrong time type situation. And especially in Black Ops 7, we are going to be so power crept that you realistically shouldn't be going down all that much. But if you are, equivalent exchange, you're going to be able to heal yourself. Your teammates don't have to come and get you. You keep all your perks and all that. And I would say increased movement speed for a short time, which is what we're already running. And probably slow death, so you can have a longer time of getting your kill for equivalent exchange. I don't really understand why they added emergency medical kit here, where you can craft a fourth self-revive. What are we doing if we're going down that much? That's what I'm going to say there. Even then, you have equivalent exchange, which is just better. I feel like this is a waste of a new augment. Not the point. Deadshot Daiquiri, my beloved. So again, just further increased crit damage as always. The point blank stuff could be interesting, but I'm not going to rely on it. And then we're going to go with increased bullet damage to armor, as we already are. And I'm personally more thinking the second minor augment should be reduced gun movement while performing advanced movements, jumping with a faster sprint out time. I think that that's going to be nice with the new wall bouncing. Again, don't know how much we're going to be doing that. But if we're doing it a lot, this should help a lot with it. And if you don't want to go with that, I'd say reduce the hipfire spread. And of course, you know, more movement speed after a point blank kill. There's some movement tech here that I'm sure can be made. But again, I'm not a big fan of it being point blank. Probably best with a shotgun or something like that, an insta-kill, hard-hitting weapon. Now, for death perception, this useless hunk of junk, it does have a use now. Its new major augment, Sixth Sense. See enemies close behind you. Whatever, who cares, right? But this part, take less damage from behind. Now that's pretty nice. So you're just going to have another bit of DR, but only from back shots. Ooh. And it's probably its only use realistically. Death perception can now see loot. Honestly, your two minors are probably just going to be these two, where you have you can see loot and you have a larger radius. This perk is just ugh. But it is good at this. It's weird. Stamina up. Woo. Again, become immune to fall damage. That's what we're already using. But now, obviously, we get two minors, so let's pick them out. While sprinting, projectile damage is reduced. That's good. That's good. We like that. And I would say increased non-forward sprinting speed, which is a new minor augment. So you get to move faster, going sideways and backwards and diagonal ways and all that. So you're going to be able to move even faster, which is great. That might maybe offset the PhD nerfs, depending on how that all works together and function. Don't know. Speed Cola. We love Speed Cola. We're still going to keep with classic formula where you reload even faster. And in addition to Quick Swap, we're now going to go with the new perk that I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce, where reloading has a chance to not use stock ammo. Again, this could be a really, really low chance, and if that's the case, probably just go with deploy equipment faster. But if it is a decent, like every 2 or 3 mags, this is going to be golden. Highly recommend. Highly recommend. Now, ammo mods also got some new augments, and the new one and all that. But quite frankly, this video is already going for 10 minutes, and I don't like to drag on too much with all this, so I think I might just make another video on that tomorrow, and then the next day we'll go over all the field upgrades. Sound good? All right, subscribe to stick around because we got plenty more of this coming with full launches of both Battlefield 6 and Black Ops 7, and the Black Ops 7 beta is coming up. And like I said, I'll be going over field upgrades and ammo mods here in the future, and the changes to Gobblegums. Now, could I do this all in one video and make it like a half-hour long video? Yes, but I want to break it apart so people have their condensed what they need to know. All right, love you. Bye. Stay here. Mwah. I got the shivers.